So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you real quickly how regex is used inside of the Autopsy system, which is equivalent to your Viking system. And I'm going to show you how we can use regex to identify a couple of things. Again, we're not going to go into complex Boolean math. That's something we're going to do in class. But I want you to have a basic understanding of how and what we're going to use here. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to create a case. So I'm going to say new case. Now the file that I'm going to use on this, or in this example, is on the students portal under this exercise. Go ahead and download this file, and you can do this exact same procedure that I'm about to do. Alright, so the case name, I'm going to call it regex 2. Let's save it in my training drive, and I'm just going to call it 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are using Autopsy 4.6.0. Make sure that that's the one you're using. That is the latest one. Or make sure you update your Viking environment so it matches the environment here. Click finish. And what this is going to do is now going to create the case structure. And after a second here, it should pop up, and I will have my files to bring in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select a logical file because I don't want to do an image file. I don't want to do local disk. I have a very specific file I want to bring in, and that's got some sample data. So I'm going to click next. I'm going to click add, and then I put on my thumb drive my sample file, or regex sample files.txt. Okay, there's two files in there, regex sample lookup.txt, and there's sample files, regex sample files.txt, and that's the one you want to use. The lookup text is something else I'm going to show you here in a minute. Alright, so once I've selected regex sample files.txt, select. I'm now going to hit next. Okay, notice that my structure is already being built. I'm going to choose custom settings. Next. Then I'm going to select keyword search. And then I'm going to select credit card numbers. That's the only one I want to choose. So it builds an index. And what we're doing is we're building a keyword index inside of Autopsy. Okay, so I'm going to choose that. Don't choose any of the other ones because we want to go look for those. If not, the system will automatically look for it, which kind of defeats the purpose of us looking for it. So I'm going to hit next. This will be very quick. And then finish. You saw down at the bottom very quickly the scan went across. And now I'm in my Autopsy program. And I have some searches here that were conducted. And nothing was found within my keywords. So nothing is being produced here for me to see. Now, I know that in my document I have some phone numbers that I'd like to use. So what I did is I went to the Autopsy program and I copied out their search syntax for a phone number. Okay, and this is what they have in their phone number. So when you click on phone number from the keyword lists up here and you choose phone number, this is the actual search string that it's going to run for that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean this up. So I'm going to take from this bracket to here, and I cut that off. And I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to cut off this bracket back. And the reason I do that is because I want to get rid of the extra stuff. I don't want to confuse Autopsy when I'm running it. So what I end up with is a very clean search string, which is this one right here. Okay, and what this says is find any number between 0 and 9 in 3 places. So it's going to have 3 numbers. So 727 would be a valid number, or any number 0 to 9 with 3 places that has a space, a dash, or a period, followed by 0 through 9 with 3 spaces again. So this would be 727, 458, and then I'm going to tell it I want it to find, again, anything that is a space, dash, or period, and then the last 4 digits 0 through 9, and in 4 spaces. Now, as you can see as I'm running through this, we've created some classes here. This first class up here, this class will run just this very first segment right here. Okay. The next, which is this pipe, says or run these commands here. And you can see that I've got classes built in here. And these classes allow me to run very special requests within Autopsy. So I'm telling it to run this space // period. So it's looking for those very specific things for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this out. Again, this file is available for you. This one is the REGEX sample lookup text, which is on the site for you. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go to my keyword search, and I'm going to click inside. I'm going to hit Control V, which will paste. Okay. Then I'm going to select the regular expression. The reason I choose regular expression is because I want to do a search. So I'm going out and I'm looking for specific data. And now I'm going to click search. And as soon as I hit search, it comes back and it tells me that it found a hit on a phone number of 727-458-4989. So when I click on the sample file, it now comes and shows me the file that the find that I have inside of my system. So you can kind of see all the different things I have in this text file that we searched for. And notice it only, out of all the numbers in there, it only picked those numbers that matched the exact criteria that I was looking for. A space, a dash, or a period have been brought back. All the other ones were excluded. So even though I have a phone number right here, it didn't find it because I didn't tell it to. I can add that to my expression string search, and I can send that out and look for that. So let's say, for example, I wanted to find this set of numbers here. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to go out and I want to search for the 32. So I have +32 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my keyword search. Now, one of the things I got to be careful on is because I'm using a plus symbol, I'm going to have to do what's called the escape character. I've got to tell it, don't look for that character, or as a operator, look for it as a character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit bracket, the backslash to tell escape, the plus sign, bracket. So now I'm going to look for any plus sign that's in the document. And now I'm going to type in 32, and I should be able to find my +32s. Okay, so by combining different queries and starting to build different search parameters, I can create more complex searches. So I can then add on here, for example, also find anything that is 0 through 9 with 3 spaces. Okay, I may have to class this, but let's see if this works. Okay, so that time it did. So this time I found +32, and then numbers with +32 that have 3 spaces after them. Okay, so this time what I want to do is I want to find the 32 and then any 3-digit combinations within my search syntax here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in a class. So I want it to work all together. I'm going to put a bracket in. I'm going to put in the 32. Actually, I'm going to put the +32 because I want to have everything in there. I'm going to end that bracket. Okay. Then I'm going to add this all together. I'm going to hit a bracket. I'm going to type 0 through 9 because I want any number 0 through 9. Bracket. Then I'm going to put in a cursor here. Then I'm going to put in a curly bracket. I'm going to put 3 because I wanted to find any combinations of 0 through 9 in 3s. And then I'm going to end that class so this all runs together. So open class, close class, option class, 0 through 9, +32. Let's search and let's see what we find. Okay, and now as you go through the results here, you'll see that I found any combinations of 3s where numbers were running in sections of 3. So even though it looks like I got everything, notice the 9 is not included in there. So it got all the combinations of 3. It got the +32 here, it got the +32 here, and the 3 digits here. Okay, so I was able to create a more complex search. Okay, and this is how this works in Autopsy. And you can see all your search results by clicking on the left-hand side. So what I'd like you to do, if you have access to Autopsy, if you don't, just download it from the web. And I'd like you to take this sample file and just play with the Boolean operators, bring the PowerPoint back up from earlier on, and use that PowerPoint, the kind of some of the restriction strings in there, the numbers, the number of numbers, that kind of stuff, to create your own strings, and see if you can't find specific things within this document. Pick something that you want to find. Maybe you want to find all lowercase letters. How would you do that? How would you find a European phone number and an American phone number in the same text? So what this class is going to do is going to give you the basics of the regex. So in the class coming up, we'll take you in and show you how to do complex queries, and we'll also show you how to save those complex queries into Autopsy as part of a keyword list search. So you can do ingest searches and choose those and collect them. But this video is to give you an example of how we use regex and why we would use regex to find information in a document. The 2 files that you need are on the student site. Please download those, throw them onto a USB, and open up your Autopsy and give regex a chance. See how it works for you. With that, this will end it for me, and hopefully you learned something from the regex example.